Hello, colleagues. My name is Claudia Abar, and I am a kindergarten teacher in District 4. I'm also your virtual content specialist for kindergarten math. Now, as we get ready to go into the end of the year, we wanted to highlight some games that you'll be able to use next year in September. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not planning for September. I know. But we wanted to give you some suggestions on things that you can do. When we start the year, we are always busy doing assessments during the first month. And we know that with a classroom, any size classroom, it's difficult to maintain order and silence when you are assessing one child. So we wanted to show you some games that we think are really good for you to practice with your children, for you to assess your children, and also to keep them engaged during this time. We're very fortunate that going into next school year, most of us are going to have devices in our classroom. You might have devices for each child, or you might have for groups of 2. Whatever the case, you might have access to these tools once you start the year. So we wanted to give you some ideas so that as you plan for assessments, you're not as stressed, right? I know I am usually because, 25 students in one classroom, I need to meet with one. What am I doing with the other 24? This is one of those things. Let me go ahead and share a few things with you. The first thing I'm going to share is a QR code. This QR code, not that one, this one right here will bring you over to the investigations game. It will bring you over to the main site and it's already sorted for K. If you want to go back into another grade, just go ahead and click over here. Now, as you can see, they are sorted by colors. You can see here, it will be units 1, maybe unit 7, units 1 and 7. Unit 1 will be in yellow. We're going to be focusing a little bit on unit 2 and some of the games that we're going to play here, just because these are going to be a little bit more challenging for your students, and you might be using some of the material in unit 1 for the actual assessments that you're doing. So let's go ahead and play with Build It. I'm going to click on it, and it'll bring me right to the page. It also has the sound options. So what we're doing is we're going to flip over one card, and we're going to drag the pennies over. Now, this is really good if you have the pennies available in your classroom. Maybe you have a mat in your classroom. You can do it in a bunch of different ways. But these games translate also to in-person. So if you have a deck of cards, if you have a 10 mat, if you have pennies, your children can also do this. And that will also be another really good way of assessing them. You might choose to do it virtually. So let me show you how that works. You will come over here and you will click on it and flip a card over. It shows you a number and your children are to match it. It also has the picture here. So your children really should just be dragging over the pennies to do this. 2, 3, 4. Now it's really good to play this with a partner. Even though your partner's not going to be doing much, your partner's going to be able to check for you. So then once your partner checks it, you can go ahead and erase it, start over, yes. And now my partner will click over a card and then I will be the checker. Same thing, 1. This works really well also because you are using pennies, which we don't often use in the classroom. So this is one of those activities that you can send for when they are going home to work. Now, if your children are super, super fancy and they know a lot about this, you can go ahead and go into Build It teen numbers, which will look like this. You will have teen numbers here, same thing, pennies, and then we will write them here and then write the numbers here. This is a little bit more advanced. I don't know if your children are quite ready for this. I know that my children in the beginning of K were definitely not, but we wanted to show you the option because some of these games do build on others. As you can see, Build It teen numbers here comes up in unit 8. So maybe we want to lay off that. It's up to you. You know your children better than anybody else. We wanted to give you this option so that you can choose what games you want to play with your children, but we also wanted to give you the one that we thought was the most appropriate to begin the year with, and also one that you can transfer into your class. I know in my classroom, we don't always have a lot of things available. This is one of those games that if I make a bunch of 10 mats, 10 frame mats, laminate them, have a bunch of pennies around and a deck of cards, I can keep my children engaged for quite some time. Thank you for watching, colleagues. I'll see you in the next video.